Hi guys, this is Ben from Ben's RPG Pile, and today we're going to uncover the first issue of Dungeons & Dragons comic book series. This is the inaugural issue. They talked about it at Gen Con, and they just released the first issue this past week, and so I thought we would uncover it as opposed to unboxing it. So we're going to walk through it real quick and help you make a decision if you think this is a comic book for you. So the first thing is I went down to Atomic Comics and grabbed the first issue, and right away it has that kind of kid in the candy store kind of feel to it. I've never owned a comic, and I've really been looking forward to this one since they announced it at Gen Con. So this was a real treat for me just to go through the whole experience. I had some reflections of Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang, kind of the way he loves his comics, so I felt a little bit of that as I was going through all this. But so it's in the great plastic kind of feel there, and boy, that does feel good. I'm not going to lie to you. It's in that little plastic sheet, has that cardboard back. Man, that feels good. But I do collect quite a bit of things. I do have an RPG pile, but I'm a user. I really can't just let stuff sit in boxes and never open it and never touch it. That's not my style. I don't get enough enjoyment out of that. So I'm kind of a hands-on kind of guy. So of course I'm going to do the sacrilege thing and take the first issue out of his sleeve and all that stuff. But so there we go. So there it is, like so. So the first thing is it's got a great backstory. This issue is part 1, and it's called The Shadow Plague. It's a really great twist. They start off in the middle of something, and then they reflect back, and it circles around. But I've enjoyed the first part of the story. I didn't think it was too complex, which sometimes D&D stuff can be. It's nice and clean and simple, and there aren't 95 things to keep track of. There are a lot of characters introduced in the first issue, which I guess is kind of to be expected, but they do really focus on these 5 characters out of the gate. The first guy here is that's Adric Fell. He's a human knight or fighter, and forgive me on pronouncing some of these. The next one is Call. That's the way I'm going to say it, and he's a dwarf paladin. Then there is Bree, 3 Hands, a little halfling rogue. She is by far my favorite. She's very, very funny in the comic. Then there is Varys, who I think is a ranger. I'm not exactly sure what he is, but he's got to be a ranger of some sort. I don't know the 40 essential classes very well yet, but this will help introduce me to him, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. And then the last one is Tisha, right there. She's the tiefling warlord. Okay, so there are fun and some other characters introduced in the comic book, but it seems like the story will focus on these first 5 guys. The other thing is, this is going to be, they've said for sure there's going to be 5 issues. If you go and subscribe right now, you're going to essentially get 5 issues to start. So, and I hear there's also going to be a Dark Sun comic. But okay, so the first thing you'll notice when you open it up is there actually are going to be different covers. So I'm not sure where you get these covers, but I am not lying to you. I would like to get a couple more. They've got a cover A. They've got the one that we're looking at right now. They've got just a pencil drawn one. They've got I really like that one. I think I might get that one. And then they have kind of the red box style one. So I don't know where you get those covers, but I will find that out, and we will put that on the blogs to help you guys figure that out. Okay, there's Shadow Plague. That's the part 1 of the story that they're talking about. And then, of course, what is a comic without phenomenal artwork? And I really, really think the artwork is top notch. We've always, a lot of the guys in our game group, we've always appreciated Wizards, and we honestly, for me, that's one of the reasons I buy the books, is I love the artwork. I just like to hold it in my hand and look at it, and you'll kind of see in the comic, it's spectacular. I mean, the dwarf paladin looks sensational. There's old Bree, 3 Hands. Love her. Some zombies coming up out of a floor, really cool. And then I mean, you just get immersed into the artwork. It's another subplot character that they talk about. And then, so there was where they introduced the 4 characters along with Adric Fell, who's Adric Fell, I'm not sure, the human knight. But there's O'Brien, fantastic, and then there's the dwarf paladin, the ranger, and then the tiefling warlord. So they're introduced. There's I'm not even sure what this guy is. I know he's a wizard of some sort, but I'm assuming he's an elf. But they talk about him, and great side characters. So I think you guys will really enjoy that. So just kind of flip through here, and again, you'll see the artwork. It's just fantastic. Just really well done. I've paged through it a bunch of times. I've read it 2-3 times already, and I'm sure I'm going to read it again. So basically, and then they got a great thing where they do some notes at the end, and they talk about the creators, and they get a little fan mail in there. Here's the best part of the whole darn thing. A brilliant idea. So Adric Fell, he's the main guy, right? So they've done a character sheet of Adric in the back of the issue. It's got all his stats. He's level 7. It talks about all his stuff, and I think this is the new format that they're probably going to do in the online character builder. I'm not sure. I haven't played with it a bunch yet in the demo, but they've got all his stuff in there, and then they got the back, and I mean they give you a full character sheet. What would be great is if they get it in the character builder. I would love to be able to pull him in the character builder with all the guys, really, and be able to print those out and modify them. That would be awesome. Maybe he's level 7, our guys are level 6. You know, we do a Friday night strike. It'd be great to pull these characters out and do them. So I just thought that was a really nice touch. The other thing is there's the Dark Sun they're talking about. So that's going to come in January, and that's going to be another comic. Amen. I'll buy them all. I think they're fantastic. They're also talking about see, and then there's the next. That's the end. That's the next one. There's plans for digital copies. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the digital copy. I got to be honest with you. After holding the hard copy, I really, really like it. So I probably won't get digital copies. And at first I thought, oh, I'm going to go all digital. So that's pretty cool. And then in terms, let's talk price. So you can get you can buy it online at idwpublishing.com/D&D. Okay, nice, easy web address. Again, we'll have all this in the blog entry. A subscription for 5 costs $19.95, and then domestic shipping is $6.92. A little pricey as far as I'm concerned, or $26.87. Okay, that comes out to about $5.37 an issue if you get the subscription online. You can go support your local game store though, and you can essentially get it for about $4. $4.34. So that's what I did. I got to tell you, if there's ever, I know it's $1, right? Big deal, $1.20, whatever. But if there's ever a reason to support your local game store, this would be one. Guys at Gamers Inn, and that's our local game store, who also hopefully will be carrying these soon. This is a reason to get it. It feels good to go in, see it on the shelf, grab it in the plastic, right? Open it up. It's a great feeling. And then then you go in your game store, you grab a comic, you grab a soda, you sit down, you play D&D. That's a great feeling. So I highly recommend you guys do that. So there it is, guys. That's the inaugural issue of Dungeons & Dragons by IDW, the first comic book. Go grab yourself a copy. I think you're going to love it. You can always say hey to us on Twitter, twitter.com/Ben'sRPGpile. Check our weekly blog, catch us our weekly video podcast, and there it is, guys. You can also catch us on Facebook. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.